Hey everyone, it's MJ and Izzy from Endless RVing. Now we have had Nellie for almost three years.
Yeah.
And when we first got her, we did do a tour.
A lot of people have asked us, maybe they haven't seen the old one, plus it was pretty bad, that video.
It was pretty bad. Since
you know, like a tour. So in today's video, we're going to do a full tour, exterior and interior, exclusive tour, including a lot of upgrades that we've done. And a lot of things have changed since we got Nellie. So there's going to be a full tour of our Newmar Baystar 3626. Okay, so I am going to do the tour of the outside. MJ is going to do the tour of the inside. This one's going to be a little more detailed than we normally do, but it's going to be worth it. So starting in the front, like I said, 2019 Newmar Baystar 3626. Now remember, on the Baystar line, it starts with the Sport, and then in 2019 it was the Baystar and then the Canyon Star. The Canyon Star has now moved up to the diesel in the Newmar line. So really, if you're looking for a new one, the Baystar is the top of the line that they have currently. So you can see up front, not much has changed since 2019. The chassis has changed, the engine has changed, but the design is pretty much the same. You're gonna have the big automotive bonded front windshield. Now this windshield has been replaced because it cracked, and if you've watched our videos, we'll link that one above. That was a pretty expensive replacement, although we did have insurance for it. Coach is a little dirty right now, but you can see you have the automotive headlights, really terrible out of the factory. We have upgraded these to LED headlights, and now they're really bright. So we'll put the link below for those headlights. One of the upgrades we've done, Halo View, we've worked with them. They supplied us with multiple cameras on this motorhome, so we have a front-facing camera, so I can see everything. But more importantly, we run this when we're going down the road, and it's recording all the time, right? Something happens, it's recording. And also at campgrounds, we can turn it on, and it's recording everything, watching when we're out there. So going down the passenger side, you're going to see right here, these are the LED, running lights. These are always on, daytime running lights. They're pretty bright. And then up top, you'll have the marker lights up top. Now, this is on the Ford V10. This is the 24K chassis. The Baystar now is available in the 26K. It wasn't when we got it. That was a Canyon Star, but now it is available in the 26. This is tried and true. The parts are out there. It's been around for 20 plus years. We haven't had any issues with it, other than a check engine light that nobody can seem to figure out. But we're going to try to figure that out a little later this year. You can see you have the side marker cameras. This is going to eliminate any blind spots. As you know, we've talked about this on videos. This right here, this area, this is a blind spot. You cannot see it when you're driving. When you put the signal light, bright signal, this camera will work. It eliminates this whole blind spot. Now, continuing down the passenger side, we're on the same wheels that are currently being offered. Those are Alcoa 22.5-inch wheels. These are on the Michelin tires, 255, 80, 22.5. We're approaching 3 years. We might get another year out of them and then swap them all out. Hopefully when the tire situation kind of calms down, because they're hard to get tires now and they're getting really expensive. Now, if you look above, if you can see something a little different here. That's one of the additions we've done. You see we put gutter extensions. What happened was from the factory, there was really short gutters and you would get drip marks coming all the way down. I put gutter extensions. We will link them below. They're very easy to put on. You could also see you have the same Dometic awning. Now this will cover, I don't know the exact amount, but it comes out pretty far. It's plenty for us. If you've noticed the paint job, now this is something, again, like I talk about the V10, I wouldn't want to change the V10. We love this paint job. They don't offer it anymore. This sold MJ, right? When I picked this paint job, she's like, oh yeah, no, that's it. Now, it's a lot of black in it. It's hard to keep clean, but it looks freaking awesome. And it looks BA, if you know what I mean. So we love this paint job.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the 22 colors.
No, I'm not a big fan either. So frameless windows throughout, nothing has really changed. Also, you have the side view mirrors. They are heated and they are powered.
That's a new mirror, if you didn't see that video.
That is a new mirror. I took that off at an Ohio Turnpike. 3626 label, 36 feet 11 inches in length. But they say it's a 36 footer. You can see over here we added a Ring doorbell. This has been on since like almost day one, and it still works.
Right,
so.
People always ask, does it stay on? It has stayed on.
It stays on.
Yep.
It stays on going down the road.
Now you put that on, we did with silicone, right?
VHB tape and silicone.
Yeah.
It still works. Now if you notice, again, if you're new to Newmar, we'll explain some things why. One of the reasons why we chose a Newmar was the construction. So Newmar is a little bit different than some other manufacturers, especially on their gas motorhomes. Number one, all their motorhomes are made on the same line. So whether it's a Baystar Sport entry level, for them, or the King Air, which is the $1.5 million flagship, they all go down the same line. They're all constructed the same way. So you have aluminum framing on the inside, and then they use hung walls, 16-inch on center. What do I mean by hung walls? I mean the fiberglass is not vacuum bonded, so there is little to no chance of delamination in these units. That doesn't mean it can't happen, but the chances of it happening are far less. There is two types of insulation in all Newmar motorhomes. You have foam block insulation as well as your residential style, that fiberglass insulation. So what does that mean? It means a couple things. Number one, the coach is quiet inside. When we're out at campgrounds, we close the door. It's not a Prevost, but it's pretty quiet. Number two, it's insulated really well. We've been in temperatures 100 degrees, temperatures in the 20s. Climate control system has kept us warm or cool in both situations. That is something that's really good. And also going down the road, this one is far more quiet than equivalent gas motorhomes we've been in, and we've been in other brands. Far more quiet inside this one. Now, one other thing that we really like are the Newmar flush slides. This is not only a Newmar, American Coach has this as well as Integra, but a lot of other manufacturers you will see, slide will recess into the wall, but there'll be a big molding which covers everything because it's not precise. Newmar, they don't need that. Everything is recessed cleanly into the wall. You have big rubber seals behind. It looks really clean. You immediately tell, and this is not a hit on Tiffin, but if you see a Tiffin going down the road, you'll see sometimes those slides will be sticking out a little bit. You could pick it up immediately. If you see an Integra, you see a Newmar, you're gonna see everything is flush going down the road. It looks really, really clean. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn, but this, I wish you could feel this paint because it is so smooth.
Toot your own horn. You spend hours.
We don't park indoors. We park outside. We cover it in the winter, but again, if you got to watch our videos, how to keep your motorhome clean, the wax, this is like a mirror and it's outside because we take care of it. So let's go into bay number one.
I actually enjoy waxing it.
So bay number one, I emptied out a lot of it. We usually carrying some stuff, but we have double Xantrec 1200 watt inverters in here. And the reason why we have two of them is because we have residential appliances, which you will see a little later when we go inside. You can also see you have some storage up top on both sides. We don't have pass-through storage because you have the drivetrain that runs through here, but there's a good amount of storage in here for a gas motorhome. You could also see, I don't know if you saw that, we added another fire extinguisher. We did a video on that also about fire safety. We have 5 fire extinguishers on here, looking to put another one. Now, the doors on the Newmar, these are aluminum doors, foam insulation. They are not Prevost doors, of course, but for production motorhomes, these are some of the better doors that you get. They insulate the basement really well. Let's go into bay number two. Now again, here you're going to start seeing how we have a good amount of storage down here for a gas motorhome. And then you see up top, we have a bunch of stuff stored up top. That goes pretty much almost all the way across. So again, really good storage for a gas motorhome. Bay number 3 is going to be more storage. It's just, you don't have to get in here. It's just continuation of bays 1 and 2. In the basement, there's LED lighting, so you can control that from inside the rig. You turn that on if you go at it. Out here at night, you can light everything up inside, which makes it much nicer. Bay number 4. Now this is, again, this is going to be more storage, but we went out and we added a refrigerator because we have dogs that eat raw. We added a refrigerator freezer on a slide out, but this is a decent size storage in here if you don't want to add this. It's enough, again, to add a freezer. That is bay number 4, and we actually did a video on this also. Yep. Bay number 5, you have more LED lighting. You also have outlets in here. So I have the freezer that's on bay number 4 plugged in, as well as one of these rodent repellents. Now, there's going to be people in the comments that say, oh, it doesn't work. And maybe it doesn't, but we've never had a rodent in here. So,
well, that in combination with everything else.
Something's happening. So you have a little bit of storage in here. Back here, you're going to have the pump for the sink. So the sink drain is going to go into here, and then this is going to pump it out into the gray tank. Bay number 6, this is going to be pretty big storage here. Now, normally in here, I will keep our Viair. I would keep camera equipment where we're, going down the road, and whether with some extension cords. Now you see this is where the black tank is. You can see the sensors on the Newmar. They put them on the outside. And the reason why, number one, there's nothing penetrating for potential leak. It's more accurate. It's less likely to give you a bad reading because it's the material in there. It's not going to get gunked up with the material. Everything is on the outside. You can also see all the different controllers for your awnings and your slides. They're all in here. Continuing on the passenger side, first slide, we opted for the outside entertainment. Now this was an option. I don't know if it still is an option or comes standard, but we like it. We use this a lot. We have a Vizio TV. This looks like it's a 32-inch around there. I'm not quite sure. Also, it's on a mount which can move around, and if you look look over here, there's also an outlet and 2 USBs. So if you want to plug a sound bar or whatever you want to charge your phone when you're out there, it works. There's also 2 gas struts, so it keeps it nice. And this is a heavy door. I don't kind of have to be here to appreciate it, but it really thumps in. The other thing I like, it's lockable. So when you're away from the coach, you can lock this. That way it keeps the thieves away. Before we go into bays 7 and 8, I just want to talk about a couple of things. This is a quad slide coach. We have opposing living room slides, opposing bedroom slides. Over here we also have a Suburban furnace. This is a propane run coach, although we have 2 Dometic Penguin 13.5 air conditioners on top with heat pumps. Now, moving on to bay number 7. I'm sorry, we did 7 already. 7's back here, that's 6. More storage. Here's where we keep all our Dicor or our sealants. And you see, I don't know if you can see, you have a little bit of room to run up there. You're also going to have the gearbox for the slides. Now, Newmar has some really robust slides. They don't use those Schwintek slides. They're going to use hydraulic slides on your bigger units. And then these are rack and pinion, heavy duty, big cogs. We actually had this slide, a part of it failed, and the slide still worked because they're so robust. So this is going to be the rear bedroom slide. Again, flush mounted, as you can see. Let's move on to the last bay on the passenger side, kind of a slanted bay and pass through. You'll see we keep our external antenna stored in here, as well as some extra PEX, wipers, different things. We keep them stored in here. So moving to the rear of the unit, we're gonna have a rear cap with a big window, double-edged sword. It's great when you're pulled up somebody, you can see behind you, but it lets in cold and it lets in heat. There's no really way around that. Now all the slides except the first slide on the passenger side have slide toppers. We recommend you get that on everything. The other slide that doesn't have the slide topper has the awning, so we wish it had it, but it's not really necessary. Now all the marker lights, tail lights, brake lights are all LED, as they should be, and that has continued on the newer models. What I like that you're not seeing a lot more on newer motorhomes is there's a ladder. Like, you're gonna have to get on the roof to check that roof. I'd much rather have a ladder. A lot of the diesel pushers are not doing that anymore. I don't know why. 5,000 pound hitch. And we can tow 5,000 pounds, and you have your 7-pin connector, which would be expected on something that's towing that much weight. Now we're starting on the driver's side. It's a 50 amp coach, a little bit, and it hasn't changed.
You're like half in the sun, half
Sorry,
out.
there's no power cord reel, which I kind of don't like, and they still don't have it. If you look into bay, I guess bay number 1 coming down on the driver's side, it's a little bit packed. We have our 4 directional antennas here, as well as a lot of wiring. You have your cable connection, which we have used, and it works really well. You also have LED light, and then there's back here, there's 2 outlets. All right, let's go bay number 2, going down the driver's side. This is an extension of the one we showed you across, so you have a good amount of space in here. You can see we carry 2 big containers. This contains all our hoses, sewer things, as well as the sewer hose holder, and it goes across. And now you have, Newmar supplies a little secret door for your Stinky Slinky. We carry 2 Rhino Flex hoses, which we've talked about in other videos. 87 octane fuel you can run on here. It's an 80-gallon tank, unleaded regular gas. Next bay going down the driver's side is our wet bay. Here we only have a gray, a black, and a fresh. The black tank and gray are, I believe, 45 gallons, and the fresh is 74 gallons. Here are your poles for that, as well as your outlet for your sewer hose. Here is the other side of the black tank. You have an outdoor shower with both hot and cold water, and then you have your city water connection, as well as your black tank flush, and we have a black hose for the black tank flush. It's always attached on there. We also carry some extra hoses, and then you have a control for your water pump if you wish to use that. It's right there. Now, as we continue down the driver's side, you might be asking, what are these squares? Remember earlier in the video, we talked about Halo View provided us with cameras. Here is a side view camera. So they're marker cameras. You turn them on and you can see everything going down the side. Also, I forgot to mention, from the factory, there is a rear view camera that is mounted in the back. You'll see more of that inside. Now, this is something different. Well, it's not actually, it's an option in the 22s, but it wasn't available when we bought ours. This is the Truma AquaGo, my opinion, one of the best upgrades we've done. Tankless, endless hot water. It has been flawless for like 3 years almost, right? Yeah. Thing works really awesome. We had it painted at Country Classic. We love it. Now, here's gonna be your other slide. This is gonna be, I guess, slide number 2. That's gonna be on your driver's side on the living room interior. Another bay, storage. Here you have your water pump. We carry an extra one of those. Here's your siphoning tube. If you got to siphon either water getting into the fresh water tank, or if you want to winterize, there's a series of valves here as well as behind the hot water heater. You would switch the valves accordingly so you can winterize. Now continuing on the next bay, here is the 75 or 74 gallon fresh water tank. This runs here up and across to the other side, and then this is going to be the valve to let water out. And this, I can do this 20 times. I empty it and then I close it and there's still water in there.
There's always water.
It actually lasts us pretty long. We went, what, 5 days up in Watkins Glen? If you conserve, it can last you a long time. Here, another bay here, not as big as, you know, the other ones, but plenty of space in here. Here we carry extra electrical cords, extensions, 50 to 30 amp, dog bones, 30 to 15 amp. We also carry extra oil, fluids. It's all carried in there. Cleaning material, we all put it in there. Next bay, love this thing. Onan 5500 generator. We have 263 hours on it. We just got it serviced. This is the bomb. I love using the generator because it just works and it's quiet. We love it. Next bay are going to be your batteries. Now here's where something's different. It came with 12 volt, 4 12 volt interstates from the factory. This year we upgraded. We got the Decas, the GC2s. These are 6 volt golf cart batteries. They're run in series parallel, giving us really doubling our amp hours and kind of eliminating that issue when we were staying overnight. You know, the batteries are being drained. These things are good. We stay overnight, we shut everything off. These things are good to go. One thing I like about Newmar is that they put the batteries on a tray. So this makes this very easy to service. I can go in, open these up, check the fluids. It's super simple. Finally, the last bay up front, which has no lock, it's gonna be your propane. This is, I believe, is 28 gallon propane tank. It's pretty large. It's more than enough. If we're out in the cold, we'll fill it a couple of times, but once we know we're not gonna be running the heat, it's done. Like, we're not gonna be filling this to next April. And now the biggest upgrade we have on this motorhome, if you're new to the channel, it's gonna be a surprise to you. If you're not, it's not a surprise. This is our LiquidSpring. We talk about this all the time. They're sponsors of our channel. We don't hide that, but this system, it is outstanding. Like, I can't even explain how good it is. Well, we'll just tell you, go test drive one. But that has really been the biggest upgrade we've put on this motorhome, is that 5-link 4-corner system. It makes going down the road just a breeze. We have a whole playlist on LiquidSpring regarding the installation, the factory tour. We'll link that up above, but it is absolutely outstanding. So I am done on the outside. MJ is going to take you on the inside. First, she's going to do it with the slides closed. Then we'll open everything up and we'll show you like what we've done inside.
Come inside and join me for an interior tour. The first thing I want to show you is how roomy this is with the slides closed. It's really a lot of room. You have no problem moving through. You're able to use everything. We can go, so when we've boondocked, we leave the slides in. We're still able to use everything. Got to turn a little sideways, but the bed, able to get into the bathroom, no problem. There's one thing we're actually considering changing out our one sofa for theater seats or recliners, so that if we do theater seats, that may make it a little tighter, but still be able to, climbing over is worth having theater seats. All right, let's open the slides. All right, so let's start up here in the cockpit area. Pretty basic. We have our auto levelers right here. We have our LiquidSpring, which is to the left of that. Again, very basic dash. Moving over, as Izzy had mentioned outside, we have our rear view camera here, which is a really wonderful tool when driving. With all the cameras that we have, you know, you're never missing anything that's going on outside the rig when you're driving, so it does help. We have our Rand McNally GPS, which we have clearly said from the beginning we're not big fans of. It's been working okay. You know, after some updates, it does the job, but it wouldn't be our first choice of a GPS. A lot of space here. So where I usually sit if Izzy's driving, you do have a workspace. So the desk is going to come up and flat out right in front of me. So I do work while we travel. So we have a power shade here. We have shades on each side of the driver's seat and the passenger seat. In terms of cabinet space up here, we do have some storage. Not a lot, but we have a bunch of ponchos in there. One of 4 TVs on the rig. That's a Vizio TV. And then over here is where we keep, this is where all the magic happens, all the internet. Here's our Nest Cam. So this is like the control center of the RV, so to speak. We have puck lighting straight down and also ducted AC, which you'll see here straight down.
I'm going to take a little detour because this is the geeky stuff. This is where I step in. So some of the upgrades that we've done on the interior, if you notice, this is different. This thermostat here, we actually upgraded to a micro air thermostat. I don't think we did a video on it, but we've talked about this. And this is like the super geeky one. I just turned it on. The air conditioner. So what's really cool about this, I'm gonna shut this off because it's noisy. What's really cool about the micro air is, number one, it's digital, so it's got colors and stuff, and it's all touchscreen. But you can control it from your phone via Bluetooth or via Wi-Fi, which is pretty awesome because if we're like not in the rig and we're out somewhere, there's no need to keep it at 60 degrees, but when we're on our way back, I can just go into the app and turn it on, and it's nice and cool when we get back. Same thing with the heat.
If we have the dogs, it's really helpful
right.
too.
Talking about dogs. Up above this, you can see we keep our Waggle. Now, what is Waggle? Waggle is essentially, if you have pets, it doesn't have to be a dog, it could be a lizard, it could be anything. Waggle is a dedicated temperature humidity sensor. It also has GPS in it. And what it does is this little unit here, it is linked up to an app that we can see via our phone. We can set alerts. So this will tell us what the temperature is in here, what the humidity is in here. We have alerts set at 78 degrees high, 40 degrees low. If something happens for whatever reason, this goes above 78 or below 40, we get an alert. Or we can dial in manually and we can see live what is going on. This is really important if there's something going on. You want to keep track of your pets. God forbid the electricity goes off. You really want to know what's going on. It'll also tell you if the power goes off. If this was plugged in, power went off, it's going to give us alert, it lost power. So if you're interested in getting a Waggle, we think it's a pretty cool thing to have. If you have pets, keep them safe. We have a exclusive discount link. We'll link it below. It can give you 50% off on the purchase of a new Waggle. One other thing MJ didn't mention is that we added, when we did the batteries, a auto gen start. So we have a Magnum auto gen start, and that's gonna, if you don't know what auto gen start, essentially it's a unit. It will turn your generator on if it hits one of two parameters. We have it set for, if the voltage drops below 12.1 volts, it will turn the generator on to start charging up the batteries. Also, I believe it's 78 degrees we have it set at. If the temperature in here goes above 78 degrees and that's on, it will kick on the generator. Now, you can turn it on and off. You don't have to have it on all the time. If you're in storage, obviously we don't turn it on. But if you're at a campground, we will flip it on.
And right when you come in above the door is where you have your command center. So we have our tank levels. Here's our awning, our slides. Here's our hot water heater switches, battery levels, and all that good stuff, tank heat pad. Moving on down. So now we have linoleum floors. I can't wait to like upgrade to nicer floors one day. I love the shine. Izzy doesn't like the shine. Speaking about floors that Izzy doesn't like, we do have our 1970 Shagadelic Special carpet, which is also in the cockpit area. Luckily, it's only on the one slide, but also in the bedroom too. Something that really attracted us to Newmar is the woodwork and the decor. Love the lights, and the cabinets are always, they're just beautiful. We love the light interiors, so this is why we went with this one. Valances are gorgeous. They bring it together with this piece in the middle. All of the windows, you do have your day shades and your privacy shades. We have a lot of space in the cabinets, which of course is organized in bins and containers. So we have a lot of room there to keep a lot of stuff. Oh, there's our tennis rackets. Now, this couch we had mentioned, we're looking into replacing this. The problem is that we got this when Jason still fit in it, and now he's taller than me, so his feet are hanging off, and so we're looking into some different options. Anyway, moving on down into our dining area. You got a nice big window here facing outside while we eat. We did opt for the dinette, not a booth, which we love. Has a lot of space under here. This is where we keep, there's our Instant Pot and, you know, different pots and pans for cooking. This could also work as an office space, so you do have room here. You have a pull-out desk area, okay? And you could keep a printer underneath if you so choose. On this side, on the passenger side, we have another jackknife sofa, which is, Jason, even on his smaller days, barely fit into that. And right behind that, we do have our second TV on the televator. So I'm gonna open that, bring that up. All right, if that is down, you do have a nice big picture type window there, so you can get a lot of natural light in that way. So moving into the kitchen area, we have solid surface countertops. We do have a double sink here, which we do like, and with a sprayer. Up above, we have, here's our toaster, a lot of room. Again, everything organized a la Izzy into little containers and bins and everything else. Below, we have also a lot of room. Here's our dog supplies, and we keep our garbage bags and things things like that. Love the backsplash. I just love our decor. It's light and sweet, and it's just not overbearing. I really, really like that. We have a nice size Whirlpool microwave convection oven, which we use a lot. We cook and bake a lot in here, and it's a really nice size. We can, you know, cook some decent things in there. Under here, we have a 3-burner Dometic cooktop, and I love a gas stove. We have an electric at home. I don't like it. What do you like, Bev? You like gas or electric?
The electric's easier to clean,
It
but the
is,
gas is easier. It's more predictable.
Yeah, it just cooks better. I really like it more. This is not the original fridge that came in this rig. We did have our compressor go, so we replaced this. That was a lot of fun because we did it ourselves. But this is a nice size refrigerator that we can fit a lot of stuff in. I didn't actually mention all of our drawers here. So we have a lot of space. The refrigerator, the cabinets, everything, a lot of space in our rig to keep stuff. Above is one of 2 fantastic fans that we have. The other one is in the bathroom. Then we have some cabinets up here. This we should actually add struts to.
Yeah,
now that
I don't know why there's not a strut on that one. That's silly.
Right? It should. Okay, and then a very nice size pantry here. That we did a little hack on this because how many times, oh my gosh, we're driving and our water bottles that we keep in here, they'll just push the door open and then you'll have stuff flying all around the floor. So we did add some cabinet latches to kind of keep a tighter seal when we're driving, and it's pretty much worked. We really haven't had any spills since then, but you do have a lot of space in here.
There's goes all the way down.
Multiple, 5 of these that you can, I've never filled them. Even on our long 2-week trips, we haven't filled the whole way. Over here, we have our handy dandy hutch. This is really cool. We fit a lot of stuff. I think we have enough paper towels for like a year in here, and napkins and cups, but you can fit a lot of stuff. We don't even put food in here. This is just for paper supplies and that kind of thing. All right, heading down. Here's your typical Newmar. You either get this or you get the clock. Yeah. One of the two. But I do like that. I like the swirl. Moving into the bathroom. Okay. This is a smaller bathroom on this floor plan because we do have the added living space in the front. So here's breakers and fuses. We have towel shelves, medicine cabinet, of course, organized by little bins, thanks to Izzy. And here's our shower, not super large, but it does the job. Somebody asked in a comment the other day about this, they saw this, they said, does the curtain rod, do we take it down when we travel? We don't, it stays up. Yeah, it stays up just fine. So that's how we kind of keep water from falling out onto the floor. Great little bathroom, does the job. Moving on into the bedroom. Nice size bedroom. Again, you have full carpet in here, so I don't mind it. Izzy hates it. Here's another little hack we did. We did add a little lock onto our door, so for a little privacy, which is nice. And here's your passenger side slide. Here's our 4th TV, and here is we're not traveling right now, so we don't have clothes in here. We did add Reflectix, okay, to kind of help with keeping the heat out or the heat in, depending on when we're traveling. A lot of good sized drawers here, deep and good width. Here's another one of your beautiful valances. We have a king size bed. This window, as Izzy mentioned, outside. It does, temperature wise, it does bring a lot of heat or cold in, but man, do we love looking outside that window. And then we have windows on both sides with day and night shades. You have a little nightstand type area with a little drawer we keep stuff. What I did like on the 2022 Baystar that we don't have, we have outlets under, it's like on the side of the bed, but you really have to reach under, right? Trying to plug your phone in and things. Theirs are right on this little nightstand area on the 2022. So that's cool that they changed that. And then we have 2 really good sized cabinets up here that we can, again, you see we don't have a lot of stuff in there. So there's really ample storage space on this unit. And we've kind of, we added a couple things just to make it home, but we just love it. So we hope you enjoyed that little peek into our slice of RV heaven. We love our Nelly.
Yeah, we're finishing up season 3, starting season 4 next year. It's been really good. A couple little problems, never kept off the road. We still think in the Gas Motorhome, Newmar is one of the best. Tiffin's there also, but we would probably still, well, I don't know, because Tiffin offers LiquidSpring, Newmar doesn't.
True.
But it's really good. So in the comments below, let us know, what kind of RV do you have? Do you like it? Do you have a motorhome, fifth wheel? Let us know in the comments below. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.